Ice cream, logical cream, flavors. Let's make a move, get away, what's your flavor? Tell me what it is again. What you like, get it twice, what's your style? Let's get crazy, let's get lit, let's get wild. Take you out, show you off, what's your flavor? Tell me what it is again. Anywhere in the world, take you mild. Show me the real, you go and let it out. Your flavor, vanilla mix on brown cones.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon. And we here on 95 South TV once again. First and foremost, want to thank God for this opportunity to be able to come on here and have another great show. You know what I'm saying? And then next, want to introduce my right hand man, your baby mama's favorite co-host, favorite host. Let me get that right, radio host at that. And you know what I'm saying, Mr. Barry White Jr. himself, Mr. Voiceover extraordinaire, Jacob the Great. What's going on, fam?
What's up, man? Glad to be in the land of the living, man. We here. We got another day to get it right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, we're gonna get on a few topics, man. We got a lot going on in the world of entertainment and the whole thing. So, guess first and foremost, man, let's tap into this Yellow BZ Mo 3 situation. So, basically, from reports is that Mo 3 was gunned down a couple of years ago. I think it was like on a highway or something. They was chasing him on the highway,
Yeah,
and
2020.
and pretty much took him out in the middle of the highway. And um from there, of course, there's been a lot of speculation over the last several years of what happened, who was involved, and the whole thing. And even at I think at his funeral, there was a shootout there where I think Boosie got hit. Boosie got shot in the leg at most three funerals. So the whole situation got real ugly. And so Yellow Beezy and Mo 3 been beefing for years. Even after Yellow Beezy said on the interview with Vlad that he didn't even know who Mo 3 was, but apparently they got some kind of, city, community, neighborhood beef or whatever for years, or, who knows what it's over with. And I'm going to say this about the whole thing. I just believe that at the end of the day, these young people, man, I don't know what's going on, but all this killing and shooting and the whole thing has got to stop. It's getting. I mean, from young Dolph to this one getting killed and that one getting killed, and I mean, it's got to stop at some point. If you, I'm gonna say this, Jacob, before I give it to you. If you ask any OG, any guy that's been in prison, let's say 20, 30 years, I would venture to say, and this is my just me in my opinion, that probably 75 to 80% of them guys will be like, if they had to do it all over again, especially when it comes to the murder game, they would probably wouldn't do what they did. Because a lot of the situations, probably people was getting murdered for the wrong reasons or for the most pettiest things in the world. And I'm gonna say this: if you killing somebody, if you taking somebody out over a girl, it's a million women out here. So that shouldn't be one of the reasons why you take somebody out. You're gonna take somebody out over a few dollars, then that ain't no reason to take nobody out for it. So at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know, at some point you gotta value life and value your own life, if not the other person's life. At least value your life to say to yourself, is it worth taking people out and doing and spend the rest of your life in prison where you can't be around the money, the cars, the women and the whole nine, and the jury and all the whole stuff that go along with being in the streets? Why ever put yourself in that situation? So Jacob, what you think?
Man, I just think that these young cats, man, I don't know, man. Want to be tough or want to be the head honcho or beefing about nothing, man. And here we are as two artists who potentially had the chance to be huge in their life within the music industry and whatnot. And both three gunned down, 2020, and the investigation had been opened up. But from what I hear from from people that I know that's from Oak Cliff and from the hoods of Dallas, You know, they definitely said they had ongoing beef. You know what I'm saying? Um, and 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 they definitely said that it was a chick that set it all up. Cause they
Mm.
cause they caught him coming out of chick house getting into his car.
Yeah.
And and you know, it was they were chasing him on the highway. But
Hmm.
I just I just think, man, that who's putting the battery in these young men back? You know, because you know, a lot of times back in the days, man, if people know who you were and who knows your family, they won't even give you a pack. Now these OGs just giving these young boys packs, and you know, it this rap thing, man. You know, people are just not rapping because they wanna they have a passion for it no more. These young boys be rapping just they want to make a name for themselves. They want the fame, but most of them already in the streets so heavy. Even when they get a rap contract or get on, as far as people know who they are, they can't stay away from the streets because they was already getting too much money in the street. You know, you know,
Hmm.
you got people who you just see not coming out, bro. They got they got cars, they got everything, bro. You know, like what this kid 20, 23, 24 years old, you know, just sitting on live counting out $100,000. Hey, 21, 22.
Hmm.
So they probably been in the streets since they was 15, 14 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so the street life is all they know, even though they might be nice on the microphone, but they get too much money in the streets. And then everything now is so territorial. And so if somebody feel like that you insulting or disrespecting their neighborhood or that as they're gonna say they hood, then that's an ongoing beef.
Yeah. Cause think about it. If you think about it, like Yellow Beezy rise to fame was kind of came out the blue. He had the song "It's on Me," and it blew up pretty quick. And he had a great trajectory in his career. Like, he started messing with young Lil Wayne and Young Money, and even he was even on Undisputed or whatever they called it after the fact. When Shannon Sharp left, he was on there with Skip Bayless. So think about how much of a good look that was for him. You know what I mean? That was probably one of his PR probably got him that look. And so that was another opportunity for him to grow his brand if he would have done it the right way. Even after the show ended, that should have been bigger opportunities for him to be able to take off. So, of course, this happened after all the stuff with young I mean with Mo 3, and maybe it was the same thing with Lil Durk. Maybe they thought that something was coming down the pipeline, so they was trying to put him in a positive light by putting him on there, because a lot of people think that Lil Durk did that song with J. Cole because he knew what was coming. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it maybe was all a ploy. But at the end of the day, it's to me, I'm just like, at that moment in time in 2020, Yellow Beezy was just, probably he might have been like in the midst of his fame, or just he was right there in the midst of it. He was probably still eating, probably still getting good shows and all of that. So I don't get it. Maybe that power and the money got to his head, and he felt like he was above the law, because it seemed like when any of these artists get on another level, they start to think more dumber than they was before. Like you look at Casanova, two times or whatever. Same thing with him. You got a good career going for yourself, and you mess it up because you don't want to lead a gang life. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't get these artists and what they be thinking and how they be moving, or whatever. So, but I mean, I wish him all the best, man. I actually like Yellow Beezy. I like this music, and I don't, how me and you are. We don't like a lot of young artists, but I kind of actually like the young guy, whatever. He's 33 years old, still had a whole life ahead of him. So I'm hoping that I'll look at it like this. I know a lot of people say, well, free this person, free that person. I'm gonna say this. When you look at the family, you say, okay, you want justice for the family. And then you look at Yellow Bees and you say, man, I hope it ain't. I'm gonna say I hope it ain't true. If it is true, it is what it is. So do I side more with the justice for the family than I do with keeping a, saying, well, keeping a killer off the streets? I'll probably side more with the family. So whatever, however it come out, whatever God's will is, it is what it is. So anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back with our next topic. We back here on 95 South TV. So I'm gonna let you pick the next one. What we got, brother?
Um, the open investigation that's still ongoing has been going on for some time of the murder of young Dolph. And stories report that Big Juke, which is Gotti brother, had put 100 racks on Dolph head, and Big Juke is no longer here because after Dolph was murdered, Big Juke them and go and Gotti them was at a funeral, and somebody drive by and kill Big Juke. But my thing is, if you know this heat on, then why you ain't got security everywhere y'all at? Because people in the city is like, I mean, your whole label name is in everything, got it. You know what I mean? So and then both of y'all from Memphis, man. So what was the initially beef really about? From what I understand, he tried to sign, Dolph back in that while back. That Dolph said no, turn it down. And then Gotti had young black youngster to start putting out diss records on Dolph, and then the feud kind of escalated from there. And I'm gonna say this, man. A prophet is not prestigious in their own language. So, Dolph, when you that big, man, can you really still reside at home where you grew up at?
No, no, you really can't. I mean, you really can't. You're gonna have to live outside of that. If you're gonna live in Memphis, I don't know what the suburbs is, part of suburb of Memphis suburbs is considered, but whatever the suburbs is, that's where you're gonna have to go. Just like Chicago. If you're gonna live in Chicago, you're gonna have to live in certain other parts of Chicago. I'm trying to think of some names off the top of my head.
Well, when you gotta live in Aurora and Elmhurst,
Exactly.
Bloomington,
Hmm.
places like that, man. You know,
Yeah, so
um,
yeah, so you're gonna have to live outside of that. I think it's called Elk something. That's the thing. Maybe a suburban area because I go
yep,
to Chicago a lot, and I don't necessarily be in the city. I'm always like on the suburban part, out on the outside of Chicago, and some of those other little small little towns is connected. So that's why I'm usually when I'm delivering
yeah,
cars, I'm using those areas. Very seldom is
yeah,
in the
places,
heart of Chicago. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
places like Naperville and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
Naperville,
know what I mean?
exactly. Exactly. I'm in
Yeah, so
Naperville a lot. So when I go up there.
yeah,
So that's where you would have to live. I think that's where that one guy that's from Chicago that always wear the mask, that I guess that did
yeah,
all the snitching. I think he lives out here. I know he lives on the outside of Chicago. But when you somebody like Young Dolph was just going to the cookie store to get some cookies. But they tracked him down and gunned him down in his own neighborhood. You know what I mean? I mean, you look at Nipsey. Nip in there trying to do stuff for the hood. He got put building stores and real estate and the whole nine and giving people jobs, and he get gunned down. So even though people look at old boy that killed him, at the end of the day, who's to say that wouldn't happen in another time, a later date with somebody else? Especially when you're still dealing with the gang life and you're still dealing with the same gang members and all that kind of stuff, and it's always drama, with those gang members, no, whatever. I mean, you even see the OGs now with Big U and Brick Baby and
oh
all them.
man,
You know what I'm saying?
oh
So
man, boy, that right there is a whole big you and Brick baby and big you extorting people. You talking about basketball players? You talking about rappers and And like, bro, how does somebody extort somebody for that long? And
Hey,
speaking of that, I'm hearing the real reason why Nipsey ain't here with us because he couldn't extort Nipsey.
yeah, that was the rumor that he was starting Nipsey. I mean, he could have. I mean, he could have been. I mean, who knows what kind of power these guys have that's been around the streets for a long time, what kind of power and who they had behind them. So you never know what these guys is doing. Thing about it is when you are OG, you kind of know how to move in silence. That's what we always talk about with the young guys. Young guys put all their stuff out there in the streets so they get caught up quicker. The old guys they can function longer because they're not always in the cameras and the limelight. Like you'll see like Whack 100, he thrive off of the internet. Big you'll see him pop up every now and then, but you don't see Big U all in the cameras every day like a Whack. You know what I'm saying? So I could see Big U still moving a certain way in the streets. You know what I mean? Like they said he was allegedly, like they said he was doing. You know what I
I
mean? But
mean,
it,
but man, why you wait till you almost 60 to get indicted? What? Like, what don't make no sense?
but who say he waited? He probably been doing, like you said, he might have been doing this for a minute. And then you got somebody like Brick Baby, who Brick Baby is messy anyway. So the Brick Baby can like all this mess. That's why he was dealing with Adam 22. Because it's funny, because now everybody's saying that, I seen it on the internet yesterday. Everybody saying that Adam 22 set him up, set Brick Baby up and Baby you and Big U up, where that he been like working for the feds this whole time, and he pretty much set them two up. That's why he basically wanted Brick Baby. And I said you kind of think it's kind of funny because why of all the people you get Brick Baby to want to be on your platform? You know what I'm saying? Like that, like all the people are Brick Baby. You know what I mean? And then Adam 22 is like he seemed like he kind of don't like all the element around him, but he keep it around him. So why would you keep that kind of element around you, especially after what happened with Whack 100? And then when the dude got beat up and his clothes got snatched off of him, like the scene in Paid in Full. You know what I'm saying? So why would you keep people around like that when you know what
Oh
come with
man.
it? You know what I mean?
And then man, it's like everybody that Adam 22 and Vlad have on there, man. A lot of them cats end up getting indicted. Like I think both of them work for the feds.
Yeah, because every time, because this one I don't get with Vlad. He always got all these gang members that don't nobody really know. They might know regionally, like in California or Chicago, but don't know about half these rappers and stuff. People don't know, and then you get into their story, and then you get one on here, be like, "Oh, I heard this person said this about you, and this, that, and the third." And then when the person get mad or get in they, whatever, then all of a sudden, man, you know what? I could put y'all together in a room so y'all could talk about it. Well, who made you the doggone the doggone mediator for all these street dudes and think they gonna listen to you and you ain't got no kind of street credibility or nothing, and they supposed to get in the room and talk it out because you said so. I remember earlier I was watching. What's my man name? The rapper um from State Property. Uh,
Still
Skino.
Sparks.
Yeah, Skino on there. Skino, I guess, got some kind of beef with Meek Mill from a couple of years ago, and I guess one of Meek Mill right hand man been coming at Skino sideways. So Skino was like, so of course Vlad, I'm gonna put y'all, man. We want y'all to just talk it out and this, that, and the third. And Skino like, man, I'm a grown man. I'm from the streets. I ain't about to talk it out with somebody who came at me. I ain't coming at him. He came at me. So if anything, why I'm gonna go to him and ask him why he got beef with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, and like Vlad are trying to talk to these young boys, and I get it. I don't mind somebody talk to these young boys, but it need to be somebody like like a Gilly, a Wallow, them guys. They got their own platforms. Not these guys. Not nobody like Vlad who don't understand the culture, who don't understand the neighborhoods and how the street politics work. He don't understand none of that. So you can't tell these guys from the streets, oh, you need to move out your neighborhood. Like it's just easy to move out of the neighborhood just because just because something happened to you, you just oh, I'm just gonna move out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean. Like it don't work like that, Vlad. Where you think? And most of these guys they put on the front like they making money, but most of the guys you interviewing ain't making no real money. You know what I'm saying? Like that, not to just to be moving and all willy nilly like that. You know what
And
I'm saying?
then
But anyway,
and
we're gonna
then,
take a go ahead.
and
We're gonna
then
take a quick
Vlad,
break and be right back. We're gonna take right back. Okay, we back. We back here on 95 South TV. What you about to say?
and then Vlad, you from Russia, the Soviet Union, or like when when I look at you, man, I kind of look at you of the great nephew of Ivan Koloff or something like that. Are you are you doing the backstory of Nikita Koloff? But you want to have these well-known gangsters on there, man, that put in all this work and was sworn to secrecy, but you want to give them a platform so they can showboat and gloat, and then the police just be watching. Oh yeah, now
Yeah,
you want to talk about this?
yeah. He the only Jew I know who claim only want to claim being a Jew when somebody talking about Jews. You know what I'm saying? Like like he don't go to none of the services. He don't really go to church like that. Half the time I don't think he believe in God. But as soon as people start talking bad about Jews, then he want to stand up for them. Hey, man, make your mind up. Even what's the name? My man from Brand Nubian, Lord Jamar, even he and him and what Scott was talking about the comedian. They were talking about that how Vlad to be flip flopping on that whole Jewish thing. So I'm like, bro, get out of here. You don't even know who you are, and you trying to tell people how to move and how to do stuff, and you think just because you got one security guard that you could go walk up on people and be safe. I said, all right, you keep on thinking that one security guard gonna save you. You gonna mess around and run up the wrong person, and they gonna have 10 guns in the room to your one. And you're gonna be looking at you're gonna be shook as hell, thinking you could just walk up on anybody and talk to them any kind of way. Okay, keep on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah, and
anyway, we're going to the next topic. And this was funny to me. They go into this old Breakfast Club drama. So if you know, for people that don't know and who watch or keep up with the Breakfast Club, so just with the mess was brought on the show after Yangela Yee was put off left the show and got her own show behind them. It was and then the thing about with I thought I forgot about this part. Angela Yee, it was real messy when she left. It was allegations she was getting sexually harassed by Charlemagne, and it was just a lot of mess going on. And she didn't like the fact that they didn't have her back when Gucci came at her about basically she had tried to offer Gucci some sex, and Gucci didn't bite on it, and it was just a lot going on over that last maybe year or so that she was on the show. And she tried to act like she just wanted out because she needed she wanted to do her own thing, but I think a lot of it had to do with the show. And the other day, Jess kind of exposed that. She said on her live, I don't know how Angelique did it for 13 years, knowing, as much as messy that radio station is. And basically, I think throwing a shot at Envy and Charlemagne. Because, Charlemagne
well,
don't take nothing seriously. He take
well,
everything a joke. Go
well, the
ahead.
only the only reason I think it's mess is because of women. It ain't the dudes, bro. Like what? Like if anybody knows Charlemagne, bro, Charlemagne been saying what he don't say since he was doing the show with Wendy Williams, way back when he first got started. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then did you come at Gucci Man? Do I think Gucci Man just gonna sit there and tell a lie on you for no reason? Man, no, man, get out of here, man.
No.
Get out of here, man. Because it's a lot of females that are swear they ain't never tried to holler at a dude when it's brought to the public eye. But man, people can show you receipts and text messages and whatever, like what the chick was saying. And then when you show people, they be like, "Oh man, I ain't had no idea." Yeah, the man just tried to tell you what it was. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
do do I think Gucci Man not lying, man? Because chicks do undercover stuff all the time, bro.
Yeah, yeah, and they don't like when you call them out. A woman will call you out all day long, but if you call her out on the same kind of mess. Like, yeah, she hit me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh boy, they try to really play victim then. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so you don't believe? Oh, okay, I got text messages. You know what I mean, or whatever. I got receipts on this joint. So I my thing is this with the whole thing with just with the mess with just hilarious, and it's funny because Corey Holcomb gonna be going in on him, and I'm gonna say this: when you're on a platform like that, I will agree with Envy and Charlemagne. You got to block out the outside noise. You got to. You can't be going online and reading messages and people saying whatever they're gonna say. And I know she addressed Corey Holcomb, my man, what's his name? The other comedian, he had to address him. I think Darnell Wallace had to address Corey Holcomb before. Um, I forgot the other comedian name, the one that did the show, Average Joe. I think he had to address him, but other people, comedians had to address Corey Holcomb and stuff they said. But you got to block out all that noise, baby girl. You can't allow these internet people to get to you. You know what I mean? Because they gonna always got something to say negative or whatever. And I'm gonna say this. Me and you talked about this. I don't really think she is a good fit for the show or whatever. I think I like Lauren better, and I think that's the problem because she know Lauren is better at her at that job or whatever. Maybe you have her come on and tell a few jokes and get off, but when she come on trying to do the news report and all that, like you said, she said it. She can't halfway read. She can't pronounce half the words that's on the screen or whatever on the paper. So it's just like, what I mean, it just come off real ghetto and just whatever. And I just, I don't even really. I mean, I don't listen to the Glen Club because I think it's one. I don't like all the yay stuff they be doing half the time, and I just, if I watch, it's because of somebody on there doing an interview, or if they do have some news that I want to hear about when she does do the news report, her or Lauren, I may listen to that, especially for something that we could use for the show. So that's maybe something the why reason why I listen. But it is what it is.
I'm just trying to figure out how Jess Hilarious still got hired for the Breakfast Club. Like,
Well, from my
like, like,
understanding,
like, like Angela Yee is one thing, but she didn't know her stuff. So you know what I'm saying? She ain't got a real warming, inviting personality, or but man, Jess Hilarious don't know nothing, bro.
yeah.
Nothing. Like, bro, listen, man. How did you not know when
No,
when
oh
when
no, bro, this was gonna kill you. This was gonna mess you up. I listened to them earlier with Lauren, and Lauren didn't know that basically Will Smith and Fresh Prince was two different like careers, like two different styles of music. She didn't realize like it was one. It was a Fresh Prince and then with Will Smith. She didn't even know that. I'm like, how y'all got these people on here doing music and entertainment, and they don't know the history of music and entertainment? This don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least get people. If you're gonna get these young people on here, at least have. And the thing about with her, she was on TMZ. So how you was on TMZ for them years? I don't know how long she was on TMZ. I think she was on there for a few years, and you don't know nothing about your history of your entertainers. Like, come on now, this is ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like the
man,
second or third time she done came out her mouth, but she didn't know something about an old school artist, or she didn't know about something about like, come on now, you tripping. You know what I mean?
so I'm just trying to figure how Jesse Hilarious got the job, bro. Like,
Well,
like,
well, that
like.
because of her, she had big social media numbers. That's why. But go ahead.
Okay, so all right, so with man, listen. I understand you got big social media numbers, and you got them numbers because of Nick Cage, because you was gonna wild it out.
Yeah,
It ain't just because people genuinely like who you are. Like would we even know who you were if you wasn't no wilding out?
probably not. Probably not. You heard what Kerry Holcomb said. Kerry Holcomb said, Every show you do with big name comedians, they have you go first so they get the BS out the way." I said, "Hell no." Oh, heck
Man,
no.
man, Corey Holcomb say anything.
Yeah. I mean, he might
He
be
said,
right. Well, you know what I mean? He might. Who knows? I don't know. I don't really think. I've never thought Jess Hilarious was that funny. Um. So I don't know because I mean I like the girl. What? Because that wasn't Jess Hilarious that was on Lil Rail show, was it?
Don't
Was
think
that
so.
Jess Hilarious? That was somebody else, wasn't it?
You think so?
That was somebody else. That I liked her. I liked her better than when Jess. I never thought Jess was funny. Like she to me, she too serious to be a comedian. I don't even know how she a comedian. Cause she too serious to me. She kind of, you know who she act like, and I almost got him confused when I seen online the other day. She act like Tiana Taylor. That's who she act like. They got the same personality. You know what I mean? Where it's always like that ghetto rah rah, energy or whatever. Like they always like they want to like cuss you out and fight energy. You know what I'm saying?
So, so speaking of Tiana Taylor,
Hold on, we
her
gonna
and
take a
Mud,
break. We gonna take a break, and you can get right back into it.
uh,
All right, we back. Go ahead.
so speaking of Tiana Taylor, all I've been seeing lately is her doing live videos. I
Mm-hmm.
ain't seen a I ain't see a Mon Shopper say not one word. Like dog, man, like you won $1 million, you get $8,000 a month in child support, you got 4 luxury cars, you got 3 luxury homes, and you still blasting that man because the bloggers picked up the story and called you a leech and a gold digger. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
you claimed you got more money than Amon Shopper, but I don't believe that. I don't
Yeah.
believe that. I don't believe that because you ain't make more music money the more money he done made in the NBA. No, I don't believe that, bro. You know what I mean?
And he got real estate. He got businesses and real estate too.
Yeah, yeah. So he ain't said nothing, but you still blabbing blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Every time I turn you blabbing. And so I just think that she tried to make the man look bad and people didn't take her aside and now she butt hurt. So she got to put these videos out to try to get the fan base on her side, but people ain't buying that.
Yeah.
People
But
ain't
you heard
buying
what she said when she was on her thing at the end when she said, "Can I just get my back blown out in peace?" I guess with her new boyfriend that she dating. I guess the dude that played Mufasa in the new
it. Yeah,
Lion King or whatever. And I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, it's funny because Charlamagne was like, "Oh no!" Nah. After she said that, I wouldn't take up for if I was Amon. Yeah, that's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, that's kind of crazy for her to say that. You know what I mean in the video? Like, what they got to do with anything? You talked about all of this, then you gonna say that at the end? Like, what? They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You know what I mean? Oh, at the end of the day, you just being messy right there. Why would you even say that?
Listen, man. But they be saying anything, bro. Anything clicks and likes. Anything, man. Anything. That's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I said peace to the brother mine. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
he ain't really saying nothing. Cause I don't really think he cares. I just think he just care about his kids. But as far as caring about what she doing, I really don't think he cares. Because trust and believe, if he cared, he would have been saying something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
now, let's move on to Kanye, Kanye dumbass West. Man,
What he
listen,
do now?
that man did a Twitter rant. He said it's funny how people haven't seen Jay-Z and Beyonce younger kids. He said, you know why you ain't seen them? They keep them high because they're retarded.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, you gonna talk about the man kids, bro? And then I seen a report where it says that Jay-Z is gonna take legal action, and so is Beyonce's mama.
Yeah.
Because these kids are innocent. You don't bring nobody's kids into the equation. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so, what do you make of Kanye West nowadays, bro? Like, what's your thoughts?
I tell this to everybody: stop paying Kanye any attention. If you don't get a man no attention, he'll go away. But as long as you give him attention and give him, I guess, give him time. Like, I don't even want to talk about this right now. That's how bad it is. Because Kanye is just, I know, like my son, he been trying to get Kanye the benefit of the doubt and say, it's all strategic and he know what he doing. I know exactly what Kanye know exactly what he doing. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like, people try to make it seem like Kanye is thrown off, and he got a little craziness about him. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, he knows what he doing. He's not. It's like somebody who commit a crime, like if they you know kill somebody, and then they try to act like they clinically insane to get off. That's what Kanye is. He is that clinically insane guy who would be like, he'll be so crazy. He'd be the type, if he committed a crime, he'll be in court. Like, he'll be the type, if they sued him, he might show up in court talking about he gonna defend himself against Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's how crazy he is. That's how delusional he is in his mind, but he know exactly what he doing. Oh, I'm gonna
I
do whatever
would.
I do to get crazy, so even the judge will feel bad for me. You know what I'm
Well, I
saying? So
kind of.
I don't give him no kind. You know what? I haven't listened to Kanye music since. It's so crazy, bro. I ain't listened to a Kanye album since his third album. Ever since then, I've been done with Kanye. That's the last time I listened to a Kanye album was his third album. Other than songs like Kanye West, Drake, I don't listen to none of them cats, man. I don't listen to. If I listen to Drake music, it's on. I listen to Drake albums because my son asked me to listen to it just to I'm giving him a real opinion. But once I listen to a
Hmm.
Drake album one time, that's like an hour of my life I can't get back. If I listen to Kanye West, anything Kanye West doing, that's time in my life I can't get back. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of my time.
Boy, you funny, man. You funny. So no, but man.
Mm-mm.
So man, on another note, Tyler Perry
Mm-hmm.
was at the ceremony with the funeral of Angel Stone. Yeah. He said some interesting things about the music industry. And when it comes to black artists, he said that it's time for us to really wake up, man. And we need to figure out where these black artists' money is going. Angel Stone had grievances with UMG. I'm saying they owe her a lot of money, something like close to 300-400 million. You know what I mean? And Tyler had took it upon himself to hire a legal team to find her money so her kids have her money and own her music estate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, what is it about these labels and money where these artists have put more than 30, 40 years in this business and they still have to tour because they ain't got no money? What's going on?
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I'm gonna get a little deep with this. The thing about it is these labels, they come from a different lifestyle, a different culture. And they know that a lot of times when these artists get signed, they coming straight from the hood. They A lot of them uneducated. So a lot of them gonna take that bag. You put a carrot in their face and throw a million at them, whatever, a couple of 100,000, whatever it is, they gonna take it because at that moment in time, you give me this 200,000, you give me this a million, you give me this 500,000. I need to pay these bills. I got these bill collectors on me. I got kids at the house. I got mama
Hmm.
and them. My mama working 2, 3 jobs, whatever the case may be. So some of these
Hmm.
artists go in, they just sign. And the thing about it is funny because people say, well, get you an entertainment lawyer. How you gonna afford an entertainment lawyer? Entertainment lawyer is charging you $200-300 an hour. How you gonna get an entertainment lawyer if you don't got no money?
So,
And they know that.
let me tell you something. I recently talked to an entertainment lawyer because I was making a call for somebody. I got who you bring in, of course, fee, but just know that my retainer is 10K.
You said you was breaking up a little bit. You said
It's
retainer was
live,
what?
$10,000.
See what I'm saying? $10,000. So what's the entertainment gonna tell an
Yeah.
artist that just got signed out and you get before I even sign it, you gotta pay me, you gotta pay that 10,000 before you sign, right? So it's not like he gonna
Yeah.
say, well, I'm assuming you gonna sign, so you can give me the 10,000 after you get your 500,000. You know what I'm saying?
Or if it's rolled up in the contract that entertainment law is going to represent you, but upon of signing the contract, then you know 10,000 is owed to him or her. You know, if that's negotiated in the contract, yeah, they'll go ahead and go to the meeting with you and sit there. But it's already in the contract that that 10K goes to the entertainment lawyer. They may do it like that if they know it's a definite that you're going to get signed. You know what I mean? But hey, man,
But
but
you
you
can
know,
always walk away at any point. You could go. It could be one thing in that line if you're smart enough. It could be one thing in that line if they don't want to change it, and you say, I ain't gonna sign, or I'm gonna go with this other deal that have different wordage or different language in it or whatever. But I mean, I feel sorry for all these people. We're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come right back. But I feel sorry for a lot of these artists. We back. I definitely feel bad for the old school artists, the ones that's been around. You remember we had um what's the group we had on a couple of years ago?
you talking about
Um
impressions?
yeah, we had Impressions on. And remember, I think well, not the Impressions, because Impressions, that was the group that was up under Curtis
Curtis
Mayfield, right?
Mason. Right, right.
No, we had the other one on. The one that used to roll with the DeBarges and all that. Um
Yeah, yeah. What's his name, man? Um, I forget their name.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
When we had him on. And remember, he was talking about he was still fighting for his royalties and stuff, like over, and it's been like 40, 50 years. Remember,
You
he
talking
said he was
about
fighting for
you talking about
he
the
was
one that was writing the songs for Bobby DeBarge.
yeah, he was still, he remember he was in a group. He was in a group with them, with,
Yeah,
with Bobby and all them. You know what
right.
I'm saying? And knew them personally or whatever. And remember, because matter of fact, he was the one who found it, put Bobby in the group with him. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right.
With the group they
Yeah,
was in. Or whatever. You know what I mean? So, and basically, I don't know why I can't remember the name of the group right now. You know what I'm saying? It's killing me right now to not remember the name of the group they was in. But yeah, I
right.
remember he was fight. He was saying he was fighting over the money or whatever. You know what I mean? That they was owed or whatever. So I mean it's sad out here how this is, man. But I know you want to speak on Tank before we got out of here. So you can speak on that real quick. I don't know much about it, but you can kind of put it out there.
Well, you know, I was just told by one of the guys I work with, out of Delaware. Shout out to Big Frank. Of course we had him on the show before. So Frank was telling me that Tank has really been fighting for these R&B artists for the last 10 years, right? And so it's been a proposal, and it's going to happen that they're going to have the R&B awards, like you have the hip hop BT awards. They're gonna have the
Hmm.
R&B awards, and I think with him having this R&B awards show, this is gonna be huge, man, in all different aspects, man. All different aspects. The Lifetime R&B Achievement Award. Decade R&B Artist of the Year. Like you know, best R&B group of all time. Like it's going to be, it's so many different categories that you can have, and so I think this is going to be good for the music culture. I think it's going to be good for R&B, and I think it's going to be greatly appreciated by the fans. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm gonna tell you what warmed my heart the other night. I don't know what it was, what it was, or whatever it was, when they had that BBD celebrating Bobby Brown and
Hmm.
had them doing the tribute for him. And I said, how awesome is that? The group that the brothers you grew up with, the people because a lot of time they get people to do tributes that don't fit who the artist is or
Hmm.
whatever, and it's like like this don't even go together. but you know what I mean, who they get to do the tributes, but having BBD do Bobby Brown songs, you know, tribute to him, that was awesome to see. So I'm
Right.
all for it, man. I think they should have been they even bring something where they bring Donnie Simpson if he healthy enough and happy enough to come back, have him host it because you know
Yes.
he was the king of the R&B, you know, video soul. He was that guy. So
Yes. Yeah.
I would have Donnie Simpson host it. You know what I mean?
That's
Just to
right.
show that real authentic way of how R&B was, and you know, and get every R&B artist you can think of to perform that night from, you know, from Jagged Edge to Jodeci, the New Edition, the 112 to, you know, the old school cats, man, Temptation or whatever left of the Temptations, OJ's, all of them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like just get everybody who's still together, who's still, especially the ones that's been torn and out there, have them, and maybe be a situation where you know you can get some of these artists who ain't been on tour together in a minute, you know what I mean, and been beefing or whatever. Maybe they'll finally get it together and come back and do something. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? Just because. So, but I would love to see it, man, because I'm all about the old school music and them giving their flowers, and this would be the best way to do it. You know what I
That's right.
mean, or whatever. And people and the young people be like, oh, that's who did that song? And be like, oh, girl Lauren from the Breakfast Club. And be like, oh, that's who really did that song, not this person over here. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So yeah. So like I said, I make the joke was, dang, I thought I really I ain't like dang Angie Stone, like, well, no, what Angie Stone, who was it? Not with Angie Stone that passed away, it was somebody else who passed away. And I said, dang, I thought they would be Roberta Flack. I like, dang, I thought Roberta Flack been gone. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, especially because, and it's not because out of
Man.
disrespect, it's because they ain't been around in so long doing anything, because they might have retired or whatever. You know what I mean? And they don't have a lane for people to see them on the regular. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I say it when I say it like that. It be a joke
Oh
when
boy.
I hear it. It don't be disrespect. It just really be, I think these people was gone already because you ain't heard nothing from them. You know what
Boy,
I'm saying?
you'll kill somebody off.
Yeah, man. But anyway, man, listen, hey, all I'm gonna say, y'all, 2025 about to be huge. So give us about 2 weeks. We're gonna have a big announcement. And I guarantee y'all, bro, hey, me and Big Jake over here about to go to a whole nother level. That's all I'm
Oh
gonna
no,
say. I'm
no,
just
no.
gonna keep it at that. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
So God willing. So love everybody, respect everybody. You know what I'm saying? But we out of here. See y'all on the next go.
Peace.
Ice cream, logical cream, flavors. Let's make a move, get away. What's your flavor? Tell me what it is again. Brown skin girl, and she knew I was out to go and clean.